All right, welcome everyone. Today, we're breaking down a guide that claims to have the key for new users on the OneBet platform. So let's dive right in and see what it's all about. You know, the betting market is incredibly crowded. So the guide we're analyzing really kicks things off with this central question. How do you find a real starting advantage when there are so many options out there? And according to the source material, the answer isn't just about picking a platform. Nope. It points to one specific thing, a promotional code. The idea is that it's not just about getting in, but how you get in. Okay, so let's jump into our first section, the BETHIT code advantage. We're going to break down what the source says this code unlocks for new players, and what supposedly makes it so different. So what is the BETHIT code? According to the source, this is the absolute key. It's what secures a superior welcome package, one that includes a beefed-up first deposit bonus and some other perks. And here's where it gets interesting. It's not just a one-size-fits-all bonus. You actually have to make a choice right up front. The code unlocks two totally distinct paths, one for sports betting and another for the casino and games. So if you pick the sports path, the guide says that your first deposit bonus gets boosted all the way up to 130%. But if you go down the casino path instead, that package makes you eligible for up to 150 free spins. So the big takeaway here is you've got to choose which one of these offers actually fits what you want to do on the platform. Okay, but the guide argues this is about more than just the initial bonus. It's supposed to connect to long-term rewards. So let's move on and see how this initial offer supposedly ties into the whole VIP and loyalty program. The logic here is pretty straightforward. The guide's argument is that a larger starting bankroll, thanks to that bigger bonus, lets you get in the game and, do the betting you need to do to progress through the loyalty program's tiers a lot quicker. And here's the path laid out for you. You've got 8 tiers in the loyalty program. Everybody starts at the bottom, at copper, and the whole idea is to climb your way up through bronze, silver, gold, and all the way to the top, VIP status. So why bother climbing? Well, the source says that reaching these higher tiers unlocks some really significant benefits. We're talking enhanced cashback on all your bets, win or lose. That's a huge one. Plus, you get dedicated support and access to exclusive promotions and higher limits. All right, so how do you actually activate this whole thing? Let's get into the practical side of it. This next section is your step-by-step guide to doing it right according to the source material. The source lays out a very clear 5-step process. First, you click registration on the site or the app. Step 2, you have to enter BETHIT into that promo code field. Step 3, you choose your bonus path, sports or casino. Step 4, you gotta fully complete your profile details. And finally, step 5, you make your first qualifying deposit. The guide is very clear that you have to follow this sequence to get the enhanced offer. And I just want to double down on this because the guide makes a huge deal about it. Entering the BETHIT code is the single most important step. If you forget or skip that field, you just get the standard lower bonus. That one action is what triggers the whole enhanced offer. Okay, now let's talk about the fine print, because this is absolutely critical. We're talking about the wagering rules. You can't just withdraw these bonus funds right away. You have to play through them first, and the guide details exactly what that means. This table really lays it all out, and you have to pay attention to these differences. For the sports bonus, it's a 5 times rollover, and you get 30 days to do it. Okay, that's one thing, but look at the casino bonus. It's a 35 times rollover, and you only have 7 days. That is a massive difference. The reality is these fine print details are way more important than the headline bonus number. They completely change the value of each offer. All right, let's briefly touch on the platform itself. Where are you actually going to be using this bonus? The guide gives us a quick overview of the main features. It's pretty much described as having 2 major parts. You've got the sportsbook, which features thousands of daily events covering everything from football and cricket to esports, and then you have the online casino, which is packed with a huge library of slots, jackpots, and live dealer games from all the top developers. And finally, we've come to the most important point of all. The source material makes sure to end with a very clear message on responsibility. Here's a direct quote from the source material, and it's something we really need to highlight. Engage in responsible gambling practices and only bet funds they are prepared to lose. Honestly, this is the most critical takeaway from the entire guide. It's a reminder to see this as entertainment and to be very, very aware of the financial risks. And all of this leaves us with a final question to think about. With all the rules and the risks in mind, how do you personally define what value really is in a welcome offer? Because it's clearly more than just a big percentage. Understanding the full picture from the bonus all the way to the fine print is absolutely key to making an informed choice. Thanks for watching.